Hello YouTube, how the devil are you? Me back with obviously another video, and this time it's a VR to Scott and Jenn over at Retro Rivals. Let's see, Retro Revival then. I was thinking of Play Expo. Yeah, and it's on the greatest games of all time from each genre. Now, I've added one game in this to a genre, I had to say. I love this game. It's a racing game, right, for an add-in, so I'll get in at the start to get it over with. And that's Rage Racer on the PS1. Absolutely love this game. Don't know why I'm not going to show you the back, but obviously you know the back. Love this game so much. So yeah, that's just what I'm chucking in as a racer. There's a little extra one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 other genres. Perhaps I shouldn't have chucked racing because that's unlucky for some 13. So yeah, right, let's get on with it. So the first genre up was beat 'em up. Now, beat 'em up, obviously there's so many good ones. Do you know what I mean? You've got Final Fight, you've got Streets of Rage. And I do prefer the original Streets of Rage. But for beat 'em up, I don't own it. Like I said, I don't think it ever got, what was it on the Mega CD? But anyway, it's the arcade version of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I absolutely love Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. If I can remember, I'll chuck a little bit up there if I remember. I probably won't because I'm lazy. But yeah, anyway, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, absolutely love that game. Next one up, Hack and Slash. Now, I was thinking about this. Oh, and some of these games I mentioned might not fall into some genres that people think they should be in, and perhaps I have tried to work it a little bit, and I might be cheating a bit, but hey ho. So Hack and Slash, I was thinking, never really played God of War. I played, what was the one? Can't remember the name now. Just in my mind. Anyway, but I enjoyed it. But for me, Hack and Slash, whenever I think of slashing away, I always think of little Gilius van der Head there in Golden Axe. And I love Golden Axe. I love slashing with the axe. So yeah, so for me, Hack and Slash, like I said, I don't know whether people would count that or as action, but anyway, I'm going Golden Axe for Hack and Slash. It's the greatest of all time. So right, RPG. Now, again, with this, I think some people might not put this as an RPG, but I'm going to put it in as an RPG because I think you develop your character, you develop stuff, and I do think this is the greatest game ever made. Unbelievable something like this is on a console. Yeah, love this game. It's not my favourite game of all time, but I do think it's the best game ever made, if that makes sense. Anyway, and that is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Absolute love this game. Like I said, so much fun with this. Loads of hours put into it, and still I completed it, but there's probably stuff I could go back and do extra stuff in it. But yeah, love Tears of the Kingdom. So for me, that's the greatest RPG of all time. That's that. So next one up now, Shooter. And again, this is so hard. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of great shooters. I can think of the Call of Duty series. Do you know what I mean? Even think of like Left 4 Dead games. One's got Far Cry's. There's so many good ones, but for me, the greatest of all time. Now, I'm not saying this is my favourite, because obviously nostalgia plays a thing. To me, the original one that started to roll off is my favourite in this series, which was Red Dead Revolver. But this game, Red Dead 2, just a masterpiece. Honestly, absolute brilliant game. Like I said, I'm assuming everyone have played that. If you haven't, fucking you need to. So for me, that's the greatest of all time when it comes to shooting games. Right, next one up now. What have we got? Survival horror. So I know a lot of people would mention Resident Evil and games like that. Was it like Parasite Eve and all that? But for me, this game just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. I think it's, at the time, I think it's what Resident Evil should have went in space. So that might give it away. But for me, the greatest survival horror game of all time, brilliant game, and that's Dead Space. And that is my favourite PS3, well, yeah, well, 360 game of all time. Like I said, I think that's the best survival horror game ever. It's absolute fantastic. If you haven't played that, you really, really need to. Right, so Metroidvania. Again, this one, this might start a little run of games by you. And anyone who knows me probably knows what's going to be coming up. So yeah, the greatest Metroidvania game of all time. Obviously, you've got like Castlevania and Metroid. Obviously, where the fucking name come from, innit? But yeah, to me, the greatest Metroidvania game of all time. This game is absolute perfection. Like I say, I've got the collector's edition down there as well for the Switch, but it's still sealed, and no, it'll probably stay that way. But it's Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. Oh, such a great game. If you haven't played that, you're really missing out. If you love the Wonder Boy games, bit of a giveaway for what's coming up next. If you love the Wonder Boy games, you've really got to play these. Like I said, see, oh piggy, there, look. So yeah, to me, that's the greatest Metroidvania game of all time. That's Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. So the next one up now, we got Action Adventure, which some might put Zelda into, but I'm not. I'm going with this one. And anyone who knows me knows this game was going to pop up in this list at some point. This is my favourite game ever. It's absolute brilliant game. Like I said, I play it through it monthly without fail. So Action Adventure, greatest game of all time, is Wonder Boy and Monsterland. I said, love this game. Some people might have picked The Dragon's Trap, which is arguably the best 8-bit game ever made, which a lot of people would say that, but for me, it's got to be this one, Wonder Boy and Monsterland. Love this game. Favourite game ever. So next one up now, we're going with the greatest platform game of all time. I hope now then there was money in it. Forgot I started a little bit there. Hopefully my missus don't watch this video, otherwise she'll be up here after it. Yeah, to me the greatest platform game of all time. It was the game that really got me hooked on gaming. Love this game. And that's the original Wonder Boy. Like I said, it's so different from Wonder Boy and Monsterland. Like I said, they're totally different games. The platforming on is brilliant. And yeah, it can be a little bit slip-slidey, but that's what games was like back then, wasn't it? And yeah, such a great game. Again, if you haven't played the original Wonder Boy, you need to get on it. And I do need to play through Adventure Island on the NES. It is a lot harder than Wonder Boy, so it'll be interesting to see if I can get through it, but that's my mission for the year. Anyway, greatest platformer of all time, Wonder Boy. Right, next one up now is going to be the greatest sports game of all time. Now, I don't own this game. Oh, saying that, I got a different version of it on the Master System. But this game, like I said, it's an arcade game. It's a football game. I played through it again last night, funny enough. Love this game. Again, if I remember, I'll chuck a little bit up by you. And that is Tecmo World Cup 90. Oh, I love that football game so much. Back in the day, it was my go-to. When we used to go on holidays down to Porthcawl, obviously I'd have a couple of pounds in the day, like for the arcades and that. And we used to have, there's an arcade here called the Dirty Duck. And I'd go in there, and it was 10 pence a go, Tecmo World Cup 90. So I always used to make sure that I had 10 pence left, and my last 10 pence would go on Tecmo World Cup 90, because I knew I could complete it every time, and it'd be about half-hour gameplay. So for half hour for 10 pence wasn't bad. So yeah, Tecmo World Cup 90 is my greatest ever sports game. And again, this is my opinion. Like I said, it'd be great to see more VRs and after this, the Jenn Scott. Right, so here we go. best run and gun game. Do you know what? This one was tough. This one was really tough because there's a couple that I was thinking about, and then I don't know if they'd really class as run and gun. Like we've got Talkie. Talkie is the arcade, the Mega Drive, different games but both great, and the remake, the Retro Collector or Recollector is, I think, the best remake ever made. It's brilliant. That is. And again, it was another one. This is not my pick, but I think it should know because you are shooting stuff when you're running, going along. So, but it had to be this one, and that's Metal Slug. And this is just got the anthology on the Wii. But yeah, whenever I think of run and gun games, like proper old school run and gun games, I always think of Metal Slug. So yeah, the greatest ever, and that's the original one, number one, the one that started the series. So the greatest ever run and gun game is Metal Slug for me. Right, so we got shmups now. Oh, let me get off my knees a minute. Like, everyone knows I love shmups. Well, not everyone, but people who know me know I love shmups. I'm terrible at them because they're solid, but there's so many great ones. And whenever I think of shmups, I always think of old school ones. And my favourite shmup will always be 1942. I think it's the greatest of all time. I think it took, like I said, it didn't start that genre, but I think it took it to new heights. Like I said, the way it played, and it's still brilliant to play now. So that's the greatest shmup of all time, is 1942. And we're on the last one now. You'll probably be happy to hear. See what I'm going to put up with my voice. So, Fighter. Right? 1-to-1 Fighter. Yes. This is, well, it won't surprise anyone. I think it's the best one-on-one fighter ever made. A lot of people say it saved the arcade back in the day. And this is the Mega Drive version, and this is still my favourite version of this game. I love it. And that's Street Fighter 2. Gotta be having it. No, to me, is not even a question. It's not even an argument when it comes to fighting games, and whatever version you want of that, whether it's the SNES version, the arcade version. Yeah, it's just gotta be Street Fighter 2. So yeah, there'll be a link to Scott and Jenn's video in the description. Obviously, you're bound to know who they are. But if not, go and check them out. They do a lot, but it's a lot more educated than my video. Because what the Metacritic, they've looked at some of their stuff, so they've taken it of what that says on there, and then give their opinions on what theirs are, their picks said. So yeah, anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Really enjoying keep on calling Retro Rivals, Scott and Jenn. Like I said, do some great topics on it. Go and check them out. And anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. All the best.